Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good Wednesday in the market. Ooh, what a day. What a back-to-back day. GME is looking good. I kind of was thinking yesterday it might be bearish, might be kind of hitting the top here because this couldn't break that resistance. 9 moving average below the candle, the red candle's below the 9 moving average, and the MACD crossed over. And then after hours held up pretty strong, and then this held up, and I'm like, well, if it can hold support on this, then yeah, it could be bullish, could just be consolidating. And yeah, I kind of took back what I said and said today could be good on GameStop. And yeah, sure enough, today is just a tight consolidation day, tight for GameStop. So this could happen. It's hard to know. This could happen for a couple days. Could happen for another week. But I think what's good is that it's holding up at a pretty high level here. This over 100 or just even over 80. It's holding up at a high level. And that's good. So basically this is going to kill options premiums. So if you have options, unfortunately, they're going to slowly, well, rather quickly die. Especially if the expiration's soon, like these two are. These are for Friday. So there's no big move. Those are going to die quick, fortunately. And I've got some for, oh, never mind, it's these two. Oh, wait. Okay, this one here. Got this one for next Friday. Okay, and then these two are this Friday. Yep, so I'm gonna wait until I see kind of some solid price action and some volume on GameStop before I either average down or make a move. Didn't really happen like last time. I had this and then it's just this. So it's good. It's held up. It's halfway. It's actually even over half because it was at 45, went to 200, and now it's kind of holding at 100. So I guess you wouldn't even say 200, you could say 170. So it kind of just went to halfway and it's kind of holding this now. So that's good. If you look back on back here, I don't know how to do this better way, but basically it didn't hold up at a level. I mean, it did maybe down here, so it had this bump from 18, and then it started holding up this level at like 30, 40. This is when DFV I think became a millionaire, maybe even before then. Maybe this bump was when he became a millionaire. Oh, this thing's laggy. Market must be selling off. Holy smokes. Weeble! Anyways, yeah, so heck did it go? 9, 13. Yeah, Sun had this from 9, it couldn't really break that, and then it bumped up to 14, 15. And then kind of held in this range. Let's see, 10. Stayed above 10 for a while. Where is it? Here, this is more what I was talking about. 18, and then went up to 40s. Stayed in the 40s for a few days before it started to do this gamma squeeze or whatever up to 150. So yeah, the fact that it was down here, now it's, you know, because it was holding this support for a while, bumped up, now it's holding this support. It's looking good. I'm gonna be waiting. People are claiming March 19th. I have no idea on a date. I don't try and predict dates. That's up here though. So if it keeps consolidating till the 18th and there's no price action up and down, like big swings, the contract's going to be very, very cheap by the time we get here. I don't predict it'll be doing that though. I think we'll have some swings before then, either up or down. I don't know. Big news today, of course, is Rocket Mortgage. I didn't want to talk about it. This one sucked. This is quite peculiar to me. Unless if this was a short squeeze and now it's over. So I can't say that this is a short squeeze that's now over. Because yeah, this is the good earnings report. Came up here. And then it pretty much just doubled. Which, yeah, it's a huge deal. It doubled from that, and then it sells off. So I looked on Wall Street Bets, and I was looking at some charts and different different DD, people showing the short float interest. So I think it's actually a lot higher now. I think they started shorting it up here. Maybe yesterday. Excuse me, yesterday or pre-market or after hours or whatever. So I think they started shorting it up here. And so I think there's still a lot of short float interest. What is kind of strange too is that after it comes down 10%, from my understanding, it's then added to the short sale restriction list. Then you can't short it on down ticks, only on up ticks. So you can still short it, but it's got to be when it has positive price action, I believe. You can't just hit it on the ask just to drive it down. So I'm not sure. I don't have. I mean, I haven't looked at all the data on it, but I don't typically retail can't move stocks like this unless they're like penny stocks and there's hardly any float. But it's hard to know what the sell-off really is here on Rocket. I clearly wasn't expecting it. As you saw yesterday, we were up 15K. Show you this. Yep. Back down. We're at 34K-ish, 36,000. Now we're back down to 27. Oh man. We'll see. They still have some time and they still have some value. I'm not selling them yet because I don't think that this is over. So we are gonna ride it out. I mean, I'm already positive on this play, thankfully. I had $700 in this originally, and when it went up, I sold one of them for $12.35, so doubled my money on it. So I'm happy with that. And so yeah, that's good. I doubled my money on it. Happy with that. This is a long-term account. It shouldn't fluctuate like this, which is fine. Then on this account, yeah, we'll be net negative on this one for now, because, or no, let's see, did Rocket, I don't know if we took any, maybe that was just GameStop. I maybe didn't take profits on Rocket at all. Oh no, I did with these because I debit spread these. So we made this free. We're gonna be down if these all expire worthless though. We're gonna be down a couple grand, 2,500 or so on this on Rocket if these all expire worthless, which I don't think they will, but we'll see. I actually averaged down on some of these today, and then I was like, I should wait. This thing is not showing a floor at all. I averaged down right here, and I'm like, oh man. Then I looked at it and I was like, this thing's setting up a bear flag. So then I waited and I stopped, and then yeah, sure enough, it kept selling off. And I was like, I've got enough exposure for this thing for now. If it goes crazy, we'll be Gucci. I don't people say Gucci anymore. In fact, if it goes back to where it was, I mean, we're set up. We have a lot more exposure to it now, so we'll probably be like double where we were here. If it gets back up there, we will see. I still have kind of conviction on it. There's a lot of different catalysts to make this thing bullish. So today's sell-off, I don't have much explanation. That's it. Yeah, I have nothing for you. GME is kind of selling off in the after hours, but I think this will hold strong. This is looking nice at this support. Again, I haven't really averaged on GME yet. We've got 10 contracts, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got 10 that expire. Let's see, 8 of these actually expire on Friday, so I only have 2 for next week, but I'm gonna wait until I average on those. They're only down 21%. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on that. We picked up TRXC shares today. They had news they passed a clinical trial, something rather, and we're down on that. Market's really selling off. I'd like look at my account. I'm like, why do I just have call exposure? So poorly diversified these swing accounts. I don't know why I don't have any puts or call credit spreads. It's like it's when I have all calls that I'm like, okay, the market's gonna correct, because that's like just how the sentiment's been. Everybody's been making money going up, and yeah. So I don't know. I might not even want to play the downside this time. We'll see. Yeah, Rocket. There you go, Rocket. There you go. You're doing great. Man, up 60% this day, and then gave back. I mean, it did only kind of give back half if you think about it, because it opened here 27. No, I guess it gave it all back. But it was up 16 days, down 30. Okay, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that kind of stuff. That's confusing. But we didn't do a whole lot of trades today. That covered call on Airbnb, of course, is doing well. And yeah, it should expire worthless because Airbnb is sold off. Everything's kind of selling off actually on the long term. So Rocket's down 1,800 a day on our shares. Tesla down 273. Our Airbnb shares are down. Oh yeah, UWMC is up. I think that's just sympathy to Rocket. I saw people in Wall Street bets trying to pump this. This is not. There's no catalyst for this thing. Yeah, it's great to hold in your long term. The dividend. It's not like a. There's nothing like it is on Rocket. So I don't see the play there other than just hype from Wall Street bets. Anyways, if you guys haven't followed on Twitter /HappyMoneyYT, I was updating that today. I want to kind of show, yeah. So here's where I mentioned bear flag on Rocket. So I was like, don't wait for a dip. Basically, if you're trying to wait for a dip because this isn't looking good. Yeah, I can't explain it. Down 15K, yada, yada, yada. Oh, Corsair, that's right. I bought Corsair calls today with the whole market correcting. Is maybe too early still. But Corsair has been trading in this range. This is kind of a good nugget for you guys to hear, actually. Everything else I've said today has just been drabble. You see it's been trading in this range right here. This is kind of what Rocket's been doing too. However, Rocket was pretty flat, if not a little bit bearish. This one's been kind of bullish, kind of upward trend. And so yeah, you can see higher lows, higher highs, but then this one, it kind of broke through and didn't have a higher high, because that would have been, or higher low, that would have been right here. And I think this is just with the whole market, NASDAQ selling off and all that. So it's coming down here. This is a daily chart, so each one of these candles is one day. Coming down here, it looks like it's bouncing off this, either this support, or it might even come down further. And if there is a pretty good market correction, it'll probably keep coming. However, I got exposure to the upside. Kind of longer term calls to cover earnings. I also have shares of this on our long term. I bought more shares of it today on our long term. I want to get up to 100 so I can sell premium on it. We have 84. But yeah, so I got calls on this right here. So we've got put credit spread on it. Basically, this is a pretty nice play. It has to close above 40, and now it keeps going down, so it's hard to know. But if it closes above 40 on March 19th, wow, 2 Fridays from now, if it keeps trading the same range it has been, it will. But if there's a big market sell-off, this will probably go with it. So we'll see on that one. And then I picked up 8 calls, kind of a big play, but I'm bullish on this long term. So 8 calls for May 21st. This covers earnings, which is earlier in May. I think it's like the 12th. And there's $60 calls. And then I've got these $65 calls that I don't think are going to work out. These expire 16 days. We'll see though. If the market doesn't correct and there's bullish news on this, Corsair, I feel like it could go crazy. I feel like this is a great company to be invested in long term. So yeah, kind of trying to find something that's been in a range and then you like and you have bullish sentiment to then go long on, and that's basically what we did here with Rocket. So Rocket was in a range. It was about here. Yeah, here we started scaling to calls, and I mean the Rocket situation was very very unique and unusual. I'm not expecting Corsair to do that. I don't even think Corsair has much of a float actually. Let me look real quick. Not much of a short float. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't even checked. So it's got 20% short float interest. A lot of stuff in the market actually right now is shorted quite a bit because everyone thinks the market's so inflated, which it is. So it's not crazy, 20%. Back during the Volkswagen squeeze, I'm assuming lots of the market wasn't short as much at that point. So the 13% or whatever they had when they squeezed up to be the biggest company in the world probably was more unique. But something here on this chart. So when the first GameStop kind of gamma squeeze thing happened in January, it affected all these different stocks. Remember, and Rocket actually was affected that time also. It was like Rocket, Cost, BlackBerry, all the meme stocks that or on Wall Street Bets at that time. Heavily shorted or not, they all went up together. All these crazy old stocks. But Rocket was on there too, and I think maybe because of short interest, but I'm not sure exactly. But it went up then, and that was the first time it really had done anything for months and months. And if you see here, this day it went way up, next day kind of sold off, and then the next day it actually almost doubled where it was, and then it kind of came back down. So if we're looking at this, trying to be optimistic here, this is like if there's a big version of this sell-off's a little further than this is, but this could be the same type of deal where it kind of goes up, boomerangs, and then slingshots further. It's kind of what I'm hoping for. Typically runs don't just go up and down in one day like this, especially for how slow this seemed. Fast, but this wasn't that fast actually. This was just slowly climbing for half the day. If you watch like low float, low market cap penny stocks and highly volatile stocks, when they bump up, they'll bump up 100%, 500%, 1000% in a day. You know, they're halting, going up, halting, going up, halting, going up, and then they get to a point and then it's halting, going down, halting, going down. And that's, I mean, that's the pump and dump. This though, this wasn't. I mean, this had been building pressure, building momentum. And then here, I think it kind of caught wind of whatever started happening here. It slowly came up. So for then it to just sell all the way back off is highly unusual unless it's setting up for another play to the upside. You know what I mean? It didn't get up here and then an hour before close just dump all those shares. Why did it keep going and go up even to 48 in the after hours or pre-market and then just melt? So I don't know, market manipulation. I don't want to say that kind of stuff, but it's I think this is unusual. So I feel like there's still something here. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna sleep tonight. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't ever be ashamed to take profits. It's a good play. I've spent so many plays where I've capped my gains, and so now I'm calibrating to try and go hold them longer. Sometimes you're gonna get burned. At least make it free. So we did make money on this play overall. We're up, I think. I don't know. We doubled our money on this little play, and on this account we're not. But this is more the risky options, swings, and whatever. This isn't the long term. So long term, actually I shouldn't have had it on there, but I did. But yeah, that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around, and we will see you tomorrow. GameStop's, it's looking good, but honestly it could consolidate and stay tight in this range for days and days and days. And then that premium's gonna get cheap. That's how we made 40,000% on GameStop on this second just tiny little bump. Tiny. I mean, it's huge, but compared to the first one, it's tiny. We had them right here. I bought calls right here at $48 because it had just been, premium had been getting crushed all through here. $48 right here because it was up a little bit. It was up like 10% that day, which was big for GameStop. So this might go on for a long time. I don't even know with GameStop. It could be months and months before it's, I don't know, people stay squeeze. I mean, it might keep swinging. It might be a huge this might just be how it trades. And I almost remember this. I feel like I remember this back even like a year ago. Just where I remember GameStop going crazy sometimes. I don't know. But yeah, if it has a lot of attention, a lot of short interest where it's just kind of going back and forth, then I kind of expect this. Yeah, on the daily, this is looking good. This is looking really good. MACD's crossed over, green candles above the 9. I'd load up more on it, but I don't want more exposure at this point. I want to wait until confirmation. Confirmation for me will be kind of a breakout once it starts to break out. Just how it did here. This was starting to break out. It was in this range, and then it made a new high right here. Broke out of that. It was just crossing over too. MACD just crossed over. Oh, that was okay. One other play we did today. Super League Gaming. I don't know if you guys saw, but they interpreted the Cohen tweet about the ice cream cone, the frog and the MACD ice cream cone. The CEO of Super League Gaming I can't even remember what it was, but basically, they were speculating that it was a hint that GameStop's going to buy Super League Gaming. So on hype alone and on that DD, I liked it. I thought I'd want to play it, just see what happens, mess with it. And even if it's not true, I'm bullish on esports and gaming in general. I don't know a whole lot about this one, honestly. I guess the CEO is kind of a legend, though. Yeah, I mean the whole gaming space I'm pretty bullish on, so I'm down with it. I got 221 shares on this one this morning, and got it pre-market, which you should never do because you never know what's gonna happen. I could have got it here, but I got it there. Oh well. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Peace out.